DeckTales.
Well, to start with, whoever picks the card with the unicorn first.
Okay, we'll go first.
Goes first.
Okay.
All right. So take one of these cards. Reveal it. Oh!
It's the unicorn!
You're going first. Just to
Also,
make
the backs of these cards are really cool.
Did you ever notice that the actual boards, like this is
It's like
giraffe
leopard
print?
Yeah, and that was like
this
fur.
Yeah, and this is like a sheep's fur.
Our hero once had a pet seal, but her mom made her get rid of it because it farted too much.
Wow. And stinking up the house.
And she really misses her mom sent it off to a seal farm, and she's really sad about it.
So the most stunning thing about our hero, or shall I say heroine, is her very large eyes.
How large?
Like really big. Like anime
Like anime big on her
anime
face.
girl eyes, but on a real human being. And
That's kind of creepy.
yeah. And when she stares at somebody or makes eye contact with somebody, they often just like are stunned and unable to move for several seconds.
Because her eyes are so huge, she is able to catch bullets and do things really fast because she can see things coming really fast. So it seems that she has otherworldly reflexes, but really she just sees things
very
before other
perceptive.
people
Yeah.
do.
One day, she's looking at a picture of her flatulent elephant seal and her having a fun day at the beach, and she thinks to herself, like, how sad and alone she is without that elephant seal, which was like her baby. And now she thinks, maybe what I really need is to have an actual baby. So she decides to leave home in search of an actual baby to raise as her own.
Oh, but she hesitates due to fears that she would be separated from her family. If she went to go find a baby, her mom might not want her to come home with a baby because her mom got rid of the flatulent elephant seals, and everyone knows actual babies are even more flatulent than elephant seals.
Well, not everybody knows that.
Oh, well, that's true.
We know that.
We know that.
We know. She thinks that her family will reject her. And she's walking down the street, and suddenly a car pulls up and screeches to a halt right next to her, and the door flies open. And she looks inside, and there's nobody driving the car.
What?
And then this voice comes on over the radio of the car that says, "Get in, your destiny awaits." And she says, "What? Who are you? What's happening?" And the voice says, "It's me. It's the car. My name's Kari, and I'm here. I've been sent by your future child." That's right.
Whoa.
I've been sent by your future child back from the future to make sure that they exist so they can save the world. And
I was going to name her Persephone.
Persephone, our hero Persephone, says, "That makes sense to me," and gets into the car.
Okay, she got in the back seat. So this car starts speeding away and almost immediately gets pulled over. The car rolls down its window and the police officer looks in and he's like, "Huh, no one's here. That's strange." And then
And then he leaves.
well, I don't know.
My mistake. No one to
one's
arrest here.
And then he looks into the back seat. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing in this car? Where are we going so fast?" She's like, "Well, I wasn't driving." And he's like,
The police officer kind of looks carefully at Persephone and looks at the car, the empty driver's seat, and he says, "Hold it right there. Wait here. I'm going to call for some backup." And he gets on his radio and he's like, "All right, headquarters, I got a strange situation here. I'm going to request some backup. There's a young lady here." And then, out of nowhere, there's two trucks, like farm trucks. And one of them, there's a guy playing the banjo, like one of those, the chase scene. And the other one, there's like a guy and the truck is full of chickens and he's hurling eggs at the first car while the first car is like, the guy in the first car is taunting them and then playing banjo and shouting, and both of them are driving way past the speed limit, and the officer says, "What in the tarnation?" And he jumps into his car and speeds after him. He says, "Don't go anywhere, I've got to handle this," and he speeds off.
Suddenly, as they're driving, the radio comes on in the car, and says, "This is your baby wizard speaking." And she's like, "You're my baby wizard?" She goes, "Well, I'm your baby, but I'm a wizard also. And I sent this car to get you." So she learns that her future baby is a wizard.
Is it still a baby in the future?
Yes. It's a baby. It's a wizard who stays a baby forever.
Stays a baby forever. Wow. All right. They're speeding off into the distance. The car says, "Yeah, we got to go to Las Vegas, because that's where Baby Wizard is in this timeline, at this time in this timeline." And as they drive, suddenly it begins raining from the sky. What kind of things fall from the sky that no one's ready for? There's like a pink cloud in front of them. And as they drive closer, they realize it's not like an actual cloud. Instead, it's just a swarm of baby hippopotamuses.
Wow.
The size of your thumb with little angel wings. And they're just like flying around eating stuff.
That is definitely something that comes out of the sky that you're not ready for.
Yeah. And then Kari stops and says, no, if we drive too fast, we might harm these adorable tiny hippopotamuses.
We can't do that.
And we can't do that.
They stop their car, but then suddenly they get rear-ended by another car that had just been driving blindly because they had egg on their windshield.
Oh,
so they couldn't even see. They didn't even know. So they get rear-ended, and Kari is damaged beyond repair.
Oh no, Kari! So the people that crashed into them from behind get out, and the guy that steps out is your stereotypical like Indian chieftain with like a feather headdress, and he is like, "Oh hey, I'm sorry, I crashed into your car and destroyed it." And then Persephone says, "Oh, you killed my car. It's a," and before she even finishes the sentence, she's like, "Yes, it's a sentient car from the future. I know. I've seen these before. This is part of our religion. You see, yeah, our folklore." And he says, "Don't worry, I can do a special dance that will clear the path for you and also heal your friend here so you can continue your mission." And he does like this ritualistic chanting and dance, and as he does so, the tiny hippopotamuses like burrow deep into the ground. And he says, "Yes, my friends, go back deep into the ground to your centuries old slumber." So the hippopotamuses burrow back deep down into the ground. And then Kari also, the glowing spirit of Kari, which was starting to leave the wreckage of the car, sinks back into it, and the car is restored.
She was talking to her wizard baby through the car radio, through Kari's radio. Mm-hmm. But after the magic was done to the car, the radio is not working anymore.
Oh.
Because for some reason, like, you have to, there's a whole science to it about, like, when you establish, like, you know how getting a Bluetooth connection can be kind of finicky? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that. Like, the baby has to be present for the connection to be established. So she doesn't even know how to find her baby now. All she knows is her baby is in Vegas, and she has to go there.
Well, Persephone, like once Persephone hits the edge of the city of Las Vegas, Kari pulls over for a second, and she sits there wondering, like, this city is huge. How am I gonna locate my baby wizard? And while she's sitting there, distraught on the side of the road, like she feels like this glowing power inside her chest, and she looks down, and then out from her chest, her heart shoots out a rainbow straight into Las Vegas, and she realizes, hey, I just gotta follow this rainbow ray, and it'll lead me
Wow.
directly to my child. And then she hops back
Wow.
into the car, and they zoom off past a sign that says
Wow.
Las Vegas city limits, and it like spins around.
Wow. She's made it into the city, but now her car stopped working and all electronics have stopped working.
Persephone now needs to get to her baby wizard, and on foot, and she follows her heart rainbow rays, and they lead her to a casino where like all the lights have gone out and people are like running out. There's a little bit of chaos as people are like
So there's no windows in those
confused.
places.
Yeah, they're all confused as to what's going on, and she's trying to get in, and there's some guards outside. And the guard's like, sorry, ma'am, we're not allowing anybody into the casino right now. And she says, my baby's in there. And like she says, look, the magic heart rays. And they say, all right, yes, we can see that you have rainbows shooting out of your chest. But
And you have weird eyes.
yeah, and you've got weird eyes. But I'm afraid this is still a casino and we have rules. And for security reasons, right now, due to the blackout, no one's and then she like chops one of them in the throat, and then she kicks the other one in the groin, and she uppercuts a third guy, and they all crumple down to the ground. And she says, no one stands between me and my tiny future baby wizard. And she runs into the casino, and she follows the heart rays, you know.
So she is running through the casino, and she sees a little baby wizard floating in the corner, in one of those vending machines. And you know, no, like you know those ones that are like they have
claw
like
machine?
I wasn't thinking claw machine. I was thinking one of those like you know those ones that tell your fortune or whatever, and they're like a creepy doll guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was thinking those, but a claw machine works too.
Yeah, you know
And
about
right as she's about to get to the baby, I was gonna actually do a replay maybe and do flatulent elephant seal.
Oh.
She sees her seal since he left her has been working at the roulette table.
the seals at the roulette table.
Yeah, so he works at the casino and he was just cleaning stuff up and he was like, "Persephone, is that you?" And then she's like, "Flatulent elephant seal, is that you?" And she's like, "Oh yes, that is." And she smells it, and the baby wizard is like, "Yes, I summoned him here too." And they have wonderful family bonding time, and then Girls Just Want to Have Fun comes on right as the power comes back on.
Now her life features the baby wizard, and she raises this baby wizard. At this point, the baby wizard is like even smaller. It's a little tiny newborn wizard.
Hey!
Somebody's calling me on the phone. It's John Ellis.
Wow, answer
Oh,
right now.
Wow. Hey, John, what's going on?
Yo. How's it going? Yeah, I have some free time. I thought I'd give you a call. Shout out to you. Doing posts you've been making have been very introspective recently, and I appreciate them.
Yeah. You know, I think that being more earnest is good. You know, cynicism is not popular anymore. I think cynicism's been overdone, and like now I see people trying too hard to be cynical and sound awesome, and I think that's pretty lame. You know, I think like unabashed, like vulnerable optimism is the new cool.
Nice. The simulation will provide.
The simulation will provide. That's right.
That's my mantra now. The simulation will provide.
Yeah. The overlords at the end of time want to see just how awesome we are, so they give us opportunities to thrive.
That computer monitor is smiling pretty big at me right now.
TropeQuest, DeckTales, woohoo!
That is kind of how it is as a parent. You know, your baby just starts making noises, and then you respond as if they just said something.
Like, you want a diaper change?
You're like, yeah, I know you're hungry. I know. You know.
Until actual conversation formulates, you're like, oh man, this got weird fast.
Yeah.